In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you the best business model in the world and how you can do it too. So, quick backstory, my name is Lexi. I am actively building You Will Rock Books, which is a self-published and print-on-demand company that you can see in live time. We are building, scaling, and on the path to doing 7 figures this year, if not 8. So, just giving that as a quick backstory because I don't think you should ever take advice from anyone who hasn't done it themselves, right? And I am actively doing it myself. So, diving into this, just going to exit out of any distractions. I'm going to go over 3 things right now. The first question that I get asked the most is, what is KDP? And that's a fair question. We should definitely start with that, right? So, what is KDP? KDP stands for Kindle Direct Publishing, and it is a branch of Amazon. And I kind of like to call it a glitch because most people don't even know it exists, right? And so, Amazon KDP, or that's how I'm going to refer to it, just KDP, but it is part of Amazon, is Kindle Direct Publishing. And as you can see, I called it direction. That is a spelling error, but it is Kindle Direct Publishing, right? It is a print on demand business model. And so that's why, diving into the next, section here, that's why it's so special, because you don't need to drain your bank accounts, and it's actually passive income. It is a passive income business because it's print on demand. And so most other e-com people or course creators, gurus on the online space will tell you they're making all this money, but they don't really tell you how much money you have to put into it, right? And so for my first book, I might have spent, and this was the more expensive side, right? I outsourced the more expensive things, which I can go into in other videos, but it cost me, just under like $2,000. I think it was just about maybe $2,500, $2,000 to $2,500, right? And now I'm doing that every single day. And so it's like, of course, that is 2.5 years. I started in 2021 and 2.5 years in the making of doing it. But you do not need to drain your bank account, right? You don't need to come up with 20 grand to go buy inventory, to go, invest in a brick and mortar restaurant that you want to build. You do not have to do any of that. You need to have, sure, a little bit of money if you want to outsource, or you just need a little bit of time, right? You're either going to trade your time or money to build this, but the best part is once you build it once, it will print forever. I'm using that specifically because you will print money and you will print books, right? Literally both. And you will help so many people with the books that you are creating. And that's why I love this model so much, is because I put the upfront work in now, and it will only compound. I'm seeing it in real time. It is compounding every single day. As I'm filming this video, I will be selling books. I just will. And I will post on my Instagram at Lexi Kaz with 2 Z's. The results that I have had today, Feb 23. So you can literally see that while I'm filming this, I am making money as well, if you want to fact check me. So anyways, and also I just like to share my journey, because I wish I recorded more when I was first starting so that I could also see how far I've come, because don't compare yourself to me or to other people. There's people ahead of me 100%, and my goal is to always just improve myself. So anyways, I went off on the tangent, but that's why it's so special. It's the best business model in the world because it is print on demand, and you do not have to be actively doing things in order for it to grow. And what I mean by that is, you should be doing things, right? Because if you want it to grow exponentially, there's tons of things you can do, and I'll explain in other videos. But simply put, you do not have to have 20 grand to start, like a lot of businesses require, and you do not need to constantly be working on it. Once you build it once, right? You need to put the work in to create the book. But then once you put the work in to create the book, then it will only print on demand forever. Like, it will then only compound forever, is what I'm trying to say. And so it's upfront work, but then it is actually passive income, right? Amazon is going to be doing the shipping, the packaging, the customer support, the refunds, the returns, any questions, and again, the printing, right? You don't need to come up with and manage all this inventory and risk all this money by buying it up front. So I know I'm spending a lot of time on number 2, but it's just so important, right? That's why it's the best business model in the world, in my opinion. And I've had other, businesses and done other different business models, but this is just the most scalable and the funnest, and you get to help so many people at scale without, draining yourself of your energy by trying to do 100,000 different things. KDP is the answer. It's the solution. It is changing my life, and it can definitely change yours. So number 3 is, the third question I wanted to go over today is, how can you build your passive income empire? And there's a lot of different ways you can do it, but just to start simple, because I think the biggest bottleneck is people don't start. And the first 3 things that you can do is, 1, get KD Spy. I'll link it down below in this video. It is the best software ever. It is a one-time payment. If he's seeing this, he should definitely switch that model if he wants to make more money. But he helps so many people, and it is a one-time buy. It is a one-time purchase of the software. I believe it's around $60 or $70 once, okay? If you are willing to spend that on yourself, you probably spend that at dinner, right? Like, you have spent that before in a day, shopping during Christmas, a nice dinner, on a house more than that, on your car more than that, maybe even on clothing more than that, right? To invest in your passive income empire, you need KD Spy. You just need it. ChatGPT, which you can do free, or you can get the pro version, which I also recommend. And then you need Google Docs. That's it. You of course, if you want to spend more, you can have better tools. If you want to spend more time building the foundation, you can. But I'm trying to simplify it as much as possible today, so that you don't come up with excuses or get overwhelmed with everything that you can do, and just start with these 3. These are the first 3 things that I would get, because KD Spy allows you to find winning keywords on Amazon and in the Amazon bookstore, to identify self-publishers that are already making money in the space, which is where you can identify an opportunity to come in and create a best-selling book. And that's why number 2 is ChatGPT, is because you're not going to write the book with ChatGPT. You won't do that. We still need our writers. We still need our ghostwriters. We still need our authors. But you are going to use it to conduct your research. ChatGPT streamlines, right? If you are finding your winning keyword, and you find your winning keyword with KD Spy, and then you plug in, 10 different books that are in that category, then in ChatGPT, you can ask it to identify where, why do people like this book? Why do people not like this book? How can I come in as a self-publisher? This is my favorite prompt, bonus tip. Use this prompt to ask ChatGPT, how, as a self-publisher, would you identify an opportunity for me to come in and write a better book? Or how can I break into this market, finding an opportunity based off of the positive reviews of these books and the negative reviews? I use that for all my books, because I want to streamline the process of how I can determine what a winning keyword is, and then how I can write a better book based off of what people like and what they don't like. Pretty simple, right? And then Google Docs is just where you start writing the book, right? And so again, this is the simplest version. There's a more complex way to go about this, and I'm going to continue doing videos like this, but this is why KDP is the best business model in the world. It is a print-on-demand business model, and I have yet to find something better where you actually can create life-changing money while also doing the things you love, right? Like I said, you can make money while you sleep. This is actually a model that exists, and I don't want to gatekeep it. I want to share with as many people as possible, because it's changing my life, and it can change yours too.